Hello, hello, hello.
Good
Good evening.
evening.
We are live right now. We're going to wait for some people to trickle in. Okay. Hope everybody had a great weekend and a fantastic week and starting a fantastic week. If you can hear us pretty good, just go ahead and put in the comment box, in the chat box, you can hear us well or sounds good, and we'll get started. Okay. We have just a new setup over here, and we want to make sure you obviously see us well, but you also hear us well. So if you can hear us well, just go ahead and let us know, please, in the chat box so we can get started. A hashtag live will do. And if you're going to watch this later on, please go ahead and throw us a hashtag replay. Excellent. You can also put your name in the chat box. Okay. Put your name in the chat box so we know who you are. And we're going to get started. I'm going to speak for about 5 minutes just to let people know a little bit about myself and how I sustain weight loss over the years. Okay. And then we're going to go through some slides, and Danielle and I will give you some education regarding sustaining weight loss. Okay, so pretty much it. And then after that, we're going to bring Chris on, our client who lost 9 pounds in the past 2 months, and he's going to share his results. He's going to share his experience working with us online. So he's worked with us in person, and he's also worked with us online. He's going to talk a little bit about the difference between that as well. And then we'll also give you guys, if you'd like, our free 5 top tips on how to burn fat. Sounds exciting, everyone? If it sounds exciting, go ahead and just throw some fire in the chat box, and we will get started. Okay?
Hello, Daniel and Oja Rule.
Hi, guys. Hello. I want to come by one of these days and work out and create a post from it. Excellent, Nino Benino. You the man. Okay, so my story is, right, I used drugs and alcohol from the ages of 16 to 20. And the reason why I say that, why I bring that up, is because it correlates with food, right? I didn't like myself as a teenager, and things got pretty bad, right? So I ended up using drugs. I used drugs for 4 years. I got clean, right? And I gained a ton of weight after I got clean, right? The reason for that is I switched one addiction for another addiction. And a lot of people may have some food addictions and they're not aware of it. Not everyone, but some. I did, and I do still. And that's something I work on, and that's what we'll talk about as we get into the training. So my food addiction made me gain about 20 to 30 pounds, which I didn't really. Then I started really hating myself, right? And that made me start thinking about relapsing with drugs, but I didn't want to do that. So I had to start looking for a different solution. I was very fortunate at the time. There was a friend of mine who was in rehab with me who had a little bit more experience, a lot more experience with weight training. And he kind of showed me the ropes. I'm trying to do this in 5 minutes. I started to work out. I started to work out in a rehab in upstate Pennsylvania a very long time ago, over 21 years ago. And that was it. From then on, slowly but surely, I started to lose a little bit weight. It wasn't until a little later on that I found out that the diet is 80% of it. So I got a little bit in shape just from exercising and lifting weights, but then I had to concentrate on the food in order to be able to really tone down and look better and sustain it. And that's something I struggled with for a very long time, the food part of it. And that's why we want to talk about how to sustain it, right? Because I never want to go back to feeling that way again, because that way that I felt makes me feel not good about myself. And obviously, we all want to feel good about ourselves, right? So today we're going to talk about how not to go back and remembering our why we're here. Like for me, the reason why I'm here and continue to sustain weight loss is because I don't want to go back. I want to feel good. So I do some work every single day consistently for the past 21 years, maybe taking a 6-month break or a 3-month break here and there where I did gain some weight back, but then went back on track. And we're going to talk about how to do that, how to stay on track. Sound good? I think I got it done in 5 minutes.
You did great.
Excellent. All right, so we'll start with the training. If you feel like anybody who can get value from tonight's live training, you can go ahead and tag him in now, right? If you go ahead and post your biggest takeaway from tonight's live training, that shows us that you're paying attention and you're learning. Okay. So if you'd like, after this training is done, just go ahead and post your biggest takeaway, right? It shows us you're listening and it inspires us to make more videos like this for you. Sound good? Excellent. All right. So let's get started. Okay, babe. I hope you could read
I
that.
should have brought my reading glasses.
Okay.
Okay. Remembering the pain of being overweight can be a powerful motivator to sustain weight loss. When you recall the discomfort, health issues, and emotional struggles that came with being overweight, it can serve as a reminder of why you started your weight loss journey in the first place. This can help you stay focused, committed, and disciplined in maintaining a healthy lifestyle. By keeping the memories of the challenges you faced when you were overweight fresh in your mind, you can stay motivated. Remembering the physical and emotional pain of being overweight can motivate you to continue making healthy choices and sticking to your weight loss goals.
So obviously, like what I just spoke about, I remember what it was like not to put on being able to button my pants. I remember what it was like walking upstairs and not being able to breathe. I remember what it was like not being able to tie my shoelaces when I bent, tying my shoelaces and feeling out of breath. I remember what it's like. And I just want to say one thing about this. Okay. This is, I've done a lot of work on myself as far as like on my outsides, right? On how to make myself look leaner, better, lose weight. But it wasn't until I started getting more working on my insides, my mindset, right? And the way I feel about myself, because I could lose weight and still feel like shit. I could look good in the mirror and still not like myself. And the reason why I say that is because sometimes we get to our goal and we're still not happy because it's a deeper problem than just weight loss. Okay. And the reason why I'm bringing that up to the table is I want you guys to be aware of it. Okay. Because sometimes it's a little deeper than weight loss. Right. And if we start doing some emotional work on ourselves mentally, that's why we give you guys a meditation routine. It can help you with sustaining it because there's like gratitude and other things that come in when we do that, which makes us love ourselves a little bit more. It's important to love ourselves and like ourselves. So even if we look great and everyone is telling us I look good, if I don't feel that way, it's I'm going to end up gaining the weight back.
Right. And it just comes natural when you love yourself. You want to feed yourself healthy foods. You want to exercise, right? Because it's taking care of your body. So when you love your body, you want to take care of the vessel, right?
Exactly. Very good. Yep. Okay. So let's continue with the presentation.
Avoid relapse. Reflecting on the difficulties you experienced when you were overweight can help you avoid slipping back into old habits that led to weight gain. So
go ahead.
A lot of times, people get excited in the beginning, they drop some weight, and then they kind of forget how they felt. Maybe they haven't reached their goal yet, and they start backsliding because they see like I dropped 5 or 10 pounds on the scale, even 20, could be 20 pounds. And maybe they have a lot more to go, but they just kind of start backsliding because they get comfortable where they are, even though they're not exactly where they want to be. So that's why it is important to keep in mind how you felt before and where you want to go. Mm-hmm. Because it's like taking your medication. You feel better because you're taking your medication. The medication for us is a good diet and exercise.
Right. And being consistent with it. Exactly. So the routines that we do every day, like that's in our plan, right? Like I start to feel guilty if I don't go to the gym for 2 or 3 days. It's so engraved in me, the things that I've done. I've accumulated equity, right, from all the work that I've done through the years, that if I don't go for a while, even during COVID, right, I start to feel a certain way. So even during COVID, Danielle and I, there was no gym access. We went and bought some dumbbells from someone in Long Island, like it was double
Rusty
the price.
Dumbbells. They spray painted them.
We made what we had available to us. We did the best we can for, I think, a month or two till some gym opened up in Carteret, which was Skiba's gym, if he's watching later or now.
Yes. Thank you for that.
Yes.
We really appreciated it. And
we worked out and we stayed consistent with that because it was no excuse, right? There is no excuse, right? If it's a priority, for me, it's a priority. I've done a little too much work, unfortunately, on my outsides. So I work a little bit more on my insides now, right? And that integrates with sustainability. Okay. And that's what we want to kind of focus on, being grateful for where we're at, being grateful that we lost weight, not wanting to go back to those old habits of eating because it makes us feel like crap, remembering where we came from. Sound good, everybody? If there's comments, we'll address them after Chris, okay, at the end of the training, okay? Excellent. All right, let's continue on. Go ahead.
Appreciate your progress. Looking back on how far you have come in your weight loss journey can boost your confidence and determination to keep going. So give yourself some credit. It's not easy to make these lifestyle changes if you're someone who hasn't been consistent in the past working out and eating healthy. If you're someone who just was used to following fad diets and crash diets and losing a bunch of weight, real quick, and then kind of doing the yo-yo that so many of us have done, right? So it's important to appreciate how far you've come, the little steps, all the little steps you make lead to big results.
So appreciation means gratitude, right? And gratitude is an action. So basically, just like being grateful is nice, feeling grateful is nice, but doing things to show my gratitude is another step forward, like an action step. So maybe like in the meditation routines, we give you to text someone that you're grateful for them. There's a reason why I tell you guys to do that, because it's action. When we're feeling grateful, we're less likely to not want to work out. We're less likely to want to eat like crap because we're feeling good about ourselves. People who are grateful don't complain as much because complaining gets us, unfortunately, nowhere. It's easy to talk negative and someone will talk negative right back. And if you look at most conversations that happen, unfortunately, they're usually negative. Look at the media. It's negative. Negative is polarizing, right? And unfortunately for weight loss, it doesn't work because it brings us into complaining, into being ungrateful, unappreciative, and we go back to our old ways. Does that make sense? If it makes sense, you can drop some fire or a thumbs up. Okay?
Positive thoughts will give you a positive life. Negative thoughts will give you a negative life.
Excellent. Very good. Let's continue on. Go ahead, babe.
Make better choices. The memory of the negative effects of being overweight can help you make healthier choices in terms of diet and exercise. So even things like going to a ball game or going somewhere, a party or, and just making healthier choices now. Maybe avoiding the fried chicken fingers and French fries and opting for like a grilled chicken sandwich, making better choices wherever you are. We can always make the best choice on the menu, right? We don't have, even if we can't, bring a meal with us or we're at an affair, we can always try to do the best we can.
And just to add to that, it's progress, not perfection, right? So we do the best we can. Sometimes, unfortunately, people relapse with food. It's cool. It happens, right? But we get right back on. We're not ashamed, right? This is a supportive arena, community that we have, right? We don't embarrass people. We don't make them feel bad. I too have relapsed, right? It's okay. It happens. That we love food. We're addicted. We have I can have some emotional stresses throughout the day, right? It doesn't mean to continue down that path and make bad choices. We can always get back on track and make better choices. Cool? Excellent. Next.
Overall, using the pain of being overweight as a reminder can help you stay on track and maintain your weight loss success in the long run. Remembering the pain of being overweight can also serve as a source of resilience and determination. It can be a driving force that pushes you to overcome challenges and setbacks on your weight loss journey. When you recall the discomfort, discrimination, and limitations you faced when you were overweight, it can fuel your determination to make positive changes and lead a healthier life.
So, like I said earlier, remembering like how I felt before I started to exercise, remembering how I felt when I was like putting on that red shirt with the jeans and I saw my belly sticking out, right? Not feeling good. Remembering how I felt walking up steps at the age of 20, 21, not being able to like catch my breath at that age.
Not,
That's Go ahead.
I'm sorry, babe. Not being able to keep up with your kids, not liking how you look in a swimsuit, not wanting to take pictures. All these things can serve as a reminder.
And that fuels me today to continue to want to stay in this journey, right? Also, being in shape gives me a little bit more confidence, right? It's a double thing. So if our insides and outsides match, we're 100% going to sustain weight loss. So again, it's not just about working on our outsides, it's also working about in our with our insides. And I'm not trying to be religious here, right? Like meditation, right? Gratitude, some of these simple concepts, gratitude lists, sending gratitude, sending messages out to people, meditating. If you need help with routines, just reach out to us or comment, meditate. We'll give you a good routine. Okay, listening to positive affirmations, listening to positive podcasts, all that stuff will make us start feeling good and working on our insides as well, doing good for others and not just thinking about ourselves. Because when I think about myself all the time, I'm most likely gonna end up finding issues and problems, and that kind of makes me negative. So I keep the focus on others. I try to help others, right? So I can take the focus a little bit off myself.
And it's not about looking perfect, right? Because really the
Mhm.
goal is for you just to be healthy and feel confident and good in your own skin. And
Exactly.
that's different for
Very
everyone.
good.
Everybody doesn't have to aspire to be a fitness model.
Comparing.
And right, like not everybody wants to be skinny, not everybody wants to be ripped. Like it's whatever, as long as you're in a healthy weight range so that you don't have health implications and you feel good about you, it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks and fitting into, societal standards. If you're a healthy weight, health wise, and you feel good and you're comfortable with yourself, that's all you need. It's feeling good about you. It's not fitting into any kind of mold or standard. So I just wanted to make that clear because we're not over here trying to make everybody look like, a model or a professional bodybuilder.
Exactly.
We just want you to feel good about yourself and be healthy.
Inside and out, inside and out. And comparing, like on social media, especially, or in the gym or whatever, comparing ourselves to others. I always talk about this, everybody's journey is different. Some people are enhanced. We don't know what everybody's on. We don't know how long people have been working out. So if we start comparing ourselves to others, we're most likely going to start feeling negative. It's our own journey, right? And we look at our own progress from where we were to where we are now. And if we're losing weight, losing inches, looking better, feeling better, that's progress.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're doing good with time. All right. Go ahead.
Moreover, using the memory of being overweight as a motivator can help you set realistic goals and expectations for your weight loss journey. It can remind you that sustainable weight loss is a gradual process that requires patience, consistency, and self-compassion. Again, very important, the self-compassion part. Not looking at everything as black and white, seeing the gray area, not expecting perfection, but recognizing the progress, not beating yourself up, but seeing all the changes that you've made. And if you've been on this journey for a long time, all the sacrifices and the changes that you've made, that builds character because you're working on a goal and you denied instant gratification to accomplish a goal. That builds your character, your strength.
Correct. Sacrifices. When we make sacrifices, I was listening to a guy, David Goggins last night. It's good to watch. Great guy, great motivator. Listen to him, guys. David Goggins. I'll put it in the chat box. He's
Navy SEAL.
Navy SEAL. He was a 300-pound guy. And he talks about he's a millionaire, right? And he does difficult things for himself every day to challenge himself. Because when we do challenging things for ourselves, it builds character, like Danielle said, and strength. Okay. Excellent. All right. In conclusion, go ahead.
Remembering the pain of being overweight can be a powerful tool for sustaining weight loss by providing motivation, resilience, self awareness, and a sense of purpose in your journey towards a healthier lifestyle.
Okay, everybody. So I hope the training was valuable to you, right? We're staying on track with the time over here. Okay. I hope it's inspirational. I hope my story was inspirational to you. It's longer, but maybe another day we'll get a little bit deeper into it, right? I've had a lot of setbacks myself too. So just don't look at me as like this guy who has it all together. I don't, right? I continue to work on myself every single day. Like I said, on my insides now more than my outsides, because I realize how important that is. I spent a lot of time working on my outsides and was never happy. And it took me into some dark places, right? So it's not about, like Danielle said, looking perfect, or it's about feeling good on the inside. And obviously, working on our outsides is a part of it. Cool? Okay. If it was a great training, go ahead and drop some fire in the chat box now. What we'll do is bring our client, Chris, on, who's going to discuss how it was like to work with us. All right. And he still is. So here he is.
Welcome, Chris.
How are you, Chris?
Hi.
Hey, what's up, guys? How are you?
All
Good.
good.
How
All
you
good,
doing?
brother. How you doing, man?
Good, doing good, feeling good. Thank you.
Good
Great.
to see Kristen. I saw her. Tell her I said hi.
Oh yeah, she came by to say hi. I will tell her. Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So I think Sam had said it a while back that we worked together in house, and then we spent some time away, and now I came back on the online program. Although I still get to see them, which is great. It's more of an independent.
Oops. Sorry.
No, you're good. When I had initially worked with Sam, I was kind of hesitant. He came over to my door, rang the doorbell, and I was like, "Who is this guy?" But he turned out to be a great guy. I went in there. We had a good time. He almost killed me my first session, but I made it through. And I had some good progress. I worked with him for about 7 months, and I saw a change, a huge change. And then I thought it was time for me to go on myself, and I did it independently for another year, and I got lazy. I had no excuse. I made excuses on why I shouldn't be doing what I should have been, and I slipped. And I saw Sam one day. I think Sam and Danielle, they were eating at a local place, and I told them I was going to get back, and I really wanted to, but the excuses were weighing heavier on me than the actual reason for having to go back. And then I went through a couple things. I had to put my dog down, and my grandmothers both ended up passing within a week of each other. So it was a tough struggle, and I had talked back with Sam, and he came up with that. I think losing weight for New Year's, and I said, you know what, let's do it. And I started it for December, and it felt good to get back. It was the motivation I needed to get back in the gym. And throughout actually that first week, I had to actually fly out to Florida for my grandmother's funeral. And that was, I think, the initial time where I had to realize where it was up to me now. Do I want to stick to the plan, or do I want to relapse? Because I was on the meal plan and working out, and this is something that I've never done before, where I was away from my comfort zone at home, and I was away. And believe it or not, I actually went to the gym in the hotel. I ate correctly, even if I went out with my family. I ate well. I tried to stick to the plan as much as I could. And that was the beginning of this new online journey. And the biggest difference between now and then was when I initially had started with Sam and Danielle. He had asked me about a meal plan, and I said, you know what, I got it. I know how to eat, and I could do what I need to do. It's fine. And honestly, the progress that I had within the first 5 months was the progress that I see now within the 2 months because of the weight, the meal plan. I stuck to it. Before I had no meal plan. I just didn't eat, which I had no understanding of, dieting and the proper things to eat and when to eat. So, now that I know, and he has put it all in the, his weekly meal plans and his workouts, it's easy to follow. But, it's going to come a point where I need to do it on my own. And, hopefully Sam and Danielle have both, given me the tools I need and the information to continue. It's, like they had said, it's not easy. I do think about, the times that I struggled, and I look at myself, and even now when I take pictures for his progress, like it takes me 4 or 5 takes, and I just have to just, say it is what it is, and post them, because I still don't feel comfortable. And I know, even though I hear it from my family, my wife, my kids, they say you look great, you've changed. I'm still working on myself, like Sam says, inside, still making sure that, I feel comfortable with myself. But, I think they're great. It's a great support system, and they give you everything you need to continue. I recommend them to anyone that asks me. Whether they do it or not, it's not up to me. It's up to them, like I'm sure everyone else has, been through.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much for that, Chris. Thank you.
Yeah.
Honest, sincere, the truth, right? The guy's saying that he's making progress, and we'll show you, if it's okay, what the progress looks like. But he still is hard on himself. He has a certain look he's trying to achieve, and he's working on his insides and outsides, which is huge. And there's a lot of us that lose weight and start to look a little bit better, but we're so hard on ourselves because it's deeper than just looking in the mirror. That's kind of what I want to drive home. It's deeper than that. It's probably related to somewhere in childhood, not being accepted, not being liked, etc. And we're really hard on ourselves. Maybe some kids teased us about the way I looked, right? Short, curly hair, darker than all the other kids in the class. Self-esteem issues, insecurity issues, thinking that by being muscular since I was short will give me the confidence to be more confident or whatever, or accepted or liked. And it's attached to those feelings of childhood. So everyone's experience is different. That's why we say it's so important to work on your insides and outsides.
Mhm.
Thank you so much for that,
Yeah,
Chris.
thank you. It means a
Yeah.
lot. Thank you, Chris.
No worries. Sure. Thank
It's
you.
always a pleasure working with you.
Great. Yeah. Same here. Thank you very much, guys.
You're welcome.
Okay. Have a good evening, Chris. We're going to pull you down on the stage now, and we'll pull up some of your pictures so we can show the crowd. Then after that, we'll invite you to give you the opportunity to get the free 5 tips, and we'll wrap it up. We'll look at some of the comments, and we'll address those, and we'll wrap it up. All right?
Sounds good.
Again,
Thanks, guys.
thanks, Chris.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, so here is Chris. So we can see here. Up to the point where he's happy, and that's kind of work coming from the inside and out. Some people would die for his results, but he's still hard on himself, and I get it, because I've been the same way. I'm still the same way till today. So I try not to judge myself and be so hard on myself. Okay, everybody? Was it a good training? If it was a good training, drop some fire in the chat box, please. Okay. Don't forget to post your biggest takeaway from tonight's live training. It would be really helpful to us. What else? The free fat burning guide, the 5 tips. So we're going to go ahead and drop the word 5 tips below, and we'll send you our the free fat loss tips if you want that. If you're in Instagram, right, and you want it, you will have to join our private Facebook community by clicking the link in our bio. Okay, so you can have access to our Facebook group, which will, I'll put that in the chat box. 1 second. Which will bring you into our private Facebook community. Trying to find it. Banners, yeah. So Instagram, you can click the link in our bio, join our private Facebook community. Over there, we'll send it to you. If you're already in the private Facebook community, drop the word 5 tips. You'll get the free copy after we read the comments. At this time now, what we'll do is we'll look at the comments to see if there's anybody has any questions, comments. Now is the time. You can drop them. We'll try to answer them within the next 5 minutes, and we'll wrap it up. Okay, so let's look. All right, Nino, text you later. You got it, brother. 5 tips. Okay, you guys rock. Thank you. Thanks. Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Excellent. All right, so it looks like we're pretty good here. All right. Again, if you're watching later, go ahead and throw a hashtag replay. And that's about it. Okay. The next time we will have a coaching call for our clients will be on Thursday night at 8 or 8:30 p.m. We'll give you guys the notice. And until next time, again, thanks a lot, Chris, for coming on and doing this for us. Thank you for everyone who participated tonight and came on. I hope it was valuable for you. And we'll continue to do more live trainings like this for you guys. Thank you, Danielle.
Yes, thank you.
She did a wonderful job.
And thank you. So did you.
Let's drop some fire for her. Okay. And excellent. Okay. So we will wrap it up. Have a good evening.
Yes. Thank you, everyone.
Stay blessed. Bye-bye.
Have a good night. Bye-bye.